Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Karen's. Oh, that's not this channel, that's my other channel. Or Irish Family is this channel. I always go to say Karen's Budgeting Plan, which is obviously my budgeting plan, or my budgeting channel. Oh no, it's already going bad. Okay, so you may tell by my voice that I have a cold still, and yeah, I have some tea here because today I'm going to be doing like a chatty vlog where I drink my extremely hot tea. Yeah, pretty hot. And I just chat to you guys about a couple of things. I did ask on my community tab whether anybody had any topics they'd like me to discuss, and I did get a couple of suggestions, so thank you so much to people who have left those suggestions. Oh, sorry, but the first thing I'm probably going to talk about is the C word, and that's Christmas. So if you're on my Instagram, about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, I put up some post on my Insta story saying, what the heck will I get my 3.5-year-old for Christmas? She is currently not interested in very much. And when we bring her to the toy store, she just shows no interest in anything. She just wants to play with everything. And in previous years, I knew exactly what I was going to get her. I had an idea of what it was, like the kitchen from last year. I knew that she would grow into that, and I just had no idea. I suppose I had a couple of ideas. I put up about a doll's house, about this fire station, some games like Pop-Up Pirate, those sorts of things that we can play as a family, Sylvania Family, all of those sorts of things. So I put them up and people got to vote on them, on whether they think that that's a good choice for a 3.5-year-old. So we went on another recon mission, myself and Ava, over to Smith's, which is the big toy store here in Ireland. And again, I was showing her things that I wanted to, you know, entice her to buy, and she'd look at it for a minute. And the thing about it is, lots of it is in boxes, so like she can't interact with it. She only likes obviously the stuff that's out and she can interact and play with. And there was a lot of like plastic things like the Paw Patrol stuff, and what's that other one, PJ Masks, which she would look at occasionally. She'd look more at Paw Patrol than she does PJ Masks. So yeah, no idea what to get. So I thought about it, and I was watching her a good bit. I watched how she played here, what she played with here, and you would have seen it in my vlog. She likes to play with the thing just down here. It's one of those VTech Toot Toot animal things, and she plays with like her little Peppa Pig figurines there, and she makes a whole big story about it. So we decided to go with a dollhouse. I wanted to get one that sits on top of her IKEA storage boxes that we have there, the little storage unit. But when myself and Robert went to the shop, he persuaded me to get a really big one that she can play with like Barbie sized dolls in. So that's what we did. It was on sale. Excuse me. It was on sale. Oh, I speak a little bit better now. It was on sale. It was reduced, but then also we did it at the time. Smith's had a, if you spend €10, if you spend €50, you get €10 off. So if you spend €100, you get €20 off promotion as well. And I had kind of, as I said, I had been to Smith's a couple of times, and I knew the prices, and I knew that the stuff that we were maybe going to buy wasn't going to rise in price. So that's what we did. We bought a, like, I think it's like 1.2, 1.3 meter huge big dollhouse, but it is like everything that we buy her, it's wooden. We like to buy our wooden things, and that's just our preference. And then kind of, except for that first year when we bought her that plastic thing, but it's been lasting great. I like to buy our wooden things, so we're going to change her room around after Christmas, because obviously we've nowhere out here to store that big monstrosity of a dollhouse. We bought her some dolls, and then all we did then after that was just buy her some games. So we bought her some like Pop-Up Pirate game, Mr. Funny Face, a fishing game, and that's it. and a set of dolls, like the cheapest Barbie dolls that are there, purely because she's 3.5 and she's probably going to wreck those Barbie dolls because she wrecks everything else. Like if these were plastics, they'd be like squished and stuff. So yeah, that is it. And we had a budget, and our budget was 110 euros, and because the we ended up spending 138 euros, no, 128 euros, and with the 20 euro off that we got because we spent over 100 euros, it ended up being 108 euros, and that's pretty much all she's gonna get. We are gonna get her a big toy from Santi, like as a surprise, and that's because she is agreeing to give her suitors to Santi. So she only has a soother when she goes to bed. Ava goes to bed at 7, around 7:30, 7:45. So we give her her suitor about an hour before bed at 6:30, and she has it, and she kind of has it in bed a little bit, and she'd spit it out, and she'd wake up sometimes looking for it and all that sort of stuff. But I keep saying to her, you know, you're getting older now, you're nearly 4, you're such a big girl, like, you know, maybe give your suitors to Santi. And we've been kind of tossing around this idea with her for a while, and she's finally agreeing to it. So we said to her that Santi will give her a big surprise. He'll come and take her suitors, and there'll be no more suitors when you go to sleep, no more. So we're trying to, you know, we obviously still have a good 11 weeks, I think it is, till Christmas, to you know, plant this idea in her head that Santi's coming and he's going to give you a big surprise. And so we have to pick that out, and that's obviously an extra cost that we weren't going to have, but I'm thinking this is our prime opportunity to get rid of the suitor, and we're going to take it, and we're going to just hit that extra cost that I hadn't planned for, but that's okay. So talking about planned costs and all that sort of stuff, I wanted to talk a little bit about my budget channel. So a couple of people have asked why I don't do the budgeting stuff on this channel, you know, just put the two of them together. And the reason being is that I have like 12,000 subscribers on this channel now, bearing in mind less than half of them actually watch my content, but I wanted to just do a channel that was just for one topic. Here, as you know, I do like cleaning, day in the lives, stuff about Ava, stuff about our trying to conceive journey. You know, it's kind of like a broad scale of stuff, but I wanted to have a channel that was just for budgeting, and that's all I do over there. How to save money, how to budget, sharing my own budgets, everything got to do with money is over on that channel, and I think it's just a great place for me to, because I am really interested in that, because we only have one income here, and you know, I'm trying to make that stretch in a whole load of different ways. I think that channel is perfect because it just allows me to express all of those money saving or budgeting money videos and thoughts and topics over there. So I just wanted to kind of address that on why this channel is very broad, and I just wanted a more niche channel with that. And you know, I'm not making any money from that. That's growing. In fact, it's not monetized by YouTube. I don't have enough watch hours, and I don't have enough subscribers. I'm way away. I say it will be this time next year by the time I'd get monetized, but I'm okay with that because it's something that's kind of more of a hobby for me now, is over on that channel. And yeah, so that was kind of two of the questions that I kind of keep getting, like what are we getting for Ava for Christmas, and then also on the Christmas stuff, so we go to Robert's parents for Christmas dinner. So basically what happens for us on Christmas morning is obviously we do the toys and Santi and all that sort of stuff, and then we get dressed and we go and visit my nanny. So I'll go to visit her first in the morning. We'll stay there for about a half an hour because there's like a billion people in the house. I think we all arrive at the same time, which is kind of a bit so maybe I mightn't do that this year. I might go straight to my parents' house, spend some time there, go to my nanny's house, and then go down to Robert's house for dinner. Robert's house for dinner is usually around the 4 o'clock mark, so we go down there, and then we're home by 7 o'clock, because obviously Ava does be so tired. Maybe as she gets older we could stay for longer, because they do kind of games and all that sort of stuff there, but because Ava hasn't been able to stay awake in previous years, and we've come home. But you know, maybe this year might be different. We might be able to drag it out a little bit longer, and we get her to stay up longer, but it depends on how she is in the day and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't do dinner. We go to Robert's parents' house for dinner, and that's just the way it is. We spend some time with my parents, my brother and sister, for half of the day, and the second half of the day is down in Robert's parents' house. And then yeah, that's really what we do there. Another question that I got is future travel plans or places you'd love to visit. Now, if you know me, if you've been following me for a while, you will know that I absolutely love to travel. It's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to look up. I watch travel vlogs on YouTube. Like, I love it. So we have been to so many places. We've been really lucky. We did in 2013, myself and Robert went traveling for a long number of months. We went to like Southeast Asia, Australia, that sort of stuff, and we've been on holidays a couple of places as well. So we've been to lots of different places. Now that we have a child with Ava, we've been to Disney World, and you can see I did do some vlogs of that, and then I lost lots of footage, so I didn't actually get to finish at that. But there is, I think, 10 or 11 days of our Disney World. There's not very much talking on camera. It's just mainly music and some clips that I did. We then went to Carlingford, which is here in Louth in Ireland, and that was really nice. Like, if you're coming to Ireland, I would definitely recommend you go visit Carlingford, even if it's just for a night or two. It is absolutely beautifully stunning in Carlingford. And then this year, as you know, that we did London, and then we went to Peppa Pig World in Southampton, and I do have vlogs on that if you're interested in watching them and you haven't already. They'll be in the description. So next year we were tossing up the idea of going either on one of those like French camping holidays, like a Euro camp, where you stay in like a mobile home. It's on like this French resort type place. I'm not really selling it very well, but they're very big here in Ireland. Lots of people. I actually have been talking to lots of people through YouTube, because I mentioned it, I think I mentioned it on my other channel, on my budget channel, that we were interested in going there, and I've been messaging a couple of people, finding out where they've gone, what do they recommend, because Ava will be 4 when we go, that sort of stuff. And it's either there or we want to do Disneyland Paris. Whew, sorry about that. Robert is all keen on going to Disneyland Paris, and I love Disneyland Paris, but we missed the good promotion that they have. So now it's like, for tickets and hotel, it was coming in for the 3 of us at like just under €1,000, and that had half board dining. Now it's like €1,500. So we still obviously have time, and they're, hold on there, sorry about that. So we still obviously have time before we go, so we don't need to book, and I probably wouldn't have booked it. Well, I would have paid a deposit now that I know that that's a really good price. But yeah, so we still don't really know where we want to go. I still kind of want to do the French campsite thing, and Robert wants to do Disneyland, and I'm maybe thinking maybe we can get a campsite near there and we can drive to it and that sort of stuff. But I don't know, guys. I don't know where we go. But that's the plan for this year and next year, as in that's the plan for 2020. And for 2021, Ava will be going to school in 2021, like big school, in September of 2021. She'll be 5.5, and I would love to go before she finishes her play school, so probably around May around the May time, because we can get away with it before she goes to primary school. We can take her out of like play school. I would love to go back to Disney World. In fact, where I'd actually like to go, I would love to go to New England. I have been like dreaming and wishing of going there for a very, very long time, and I have no idea even where to start and that sort of thing. But it looks like it's somewhere that myself and Robert would love to explore, and you know, then you know, fly down to like Orlando and spend a couple of days there to do some of the Disney stuff. That would be like ideal. But it's all hopeful and wishing really, isn't it? And then just something that has came up about like a lot of thing about being Irish, Irish places, Irish history, Irish food. And I'm not really good on that sort of stuff. Like, I don't know how to answer things like that. Like, what does being Irish mean to you? Like, share some Irish food. Like, I don't think I eat stuff like that. I don't know whether I know myself and Robert, like, lots of sirens, I don't know if you can hear that. Like, myself and Robert aren't like Irish. Now, we're obviously Irish, we've been born in Ireland, we lived in Ireland our whole lives, we are Irish, but I don't know how to answer questions like that. So if people could go into more, give me a little bit more in-depth of what you might want me to talk about regards to like Irish heritage, Irish history, my views on it, what it means to be Irish to me. Like, you know, we don't talk about that sort of stuff here. I know in some countries like America, let's say, they are like overtly American, and they talk about their American heritage, and they talk about what it means to them to be like Americans, and especially with like Donald Trump, and he's all into that sort of stuff about making America great again and all that sort of jibber jabber. You know, we don't really talk like that here, or I don't anyways. I don't know about other Irish people. Like, maybe ye can help me out on this. Like, what does it mean for you to be Irish? Like, I know that we, like, in my family, in my group of friends, and my like people surrounding me, we never talk about it. We talk about specific things like Irish rugby or Irish football, but we don't talk really about like Irish food or passing on like Irish traditions and that sort of stuff. So I'm kind of like, I draw a blank when it comes to that sort of thing. So unfortunately in this video I won't be able to answer any of that sort of stuff, but if you do have more in-depth questions, I may be able to do it then. And I just want to get through. So first one was like, dare I say it, Brexit and the Irish backstop. Oh my god, guys, Brexit, holy bejesus. Like, I wish that thing was just over and we just knew the outcome. As in, if you're gonna leave without a deal, just leave without a deal, and then we'll all suffer the consequences of whatever that is. Ideally, here in Ireland, we would love a deal because of the border situation that we have going on. Like, from what I hear and what they're saying is, in some areas of Northern Ireland it is pretty volatile, and having a no deal and having hard borders like it used to be before the peace treaty is not going to be doing anybody any good, and it could start up all the troubles up there again. And obviously I was too young during those troubles. I was only like 8, 9, 10 to really realize what they were, but now when I see footage of it, I'm like, Jesus, like, people were bombing people everywhere. Like, what an absolute hell were people doing? Like, it is ridiculous. So we're hoping obviously that we form some sort of deal and we don't have hard borders, because that's the last thing we need. You know, that's really everything. It's the backstop that we have an issue with. But yeah, you know, I don't really talk about political stuff here, like my views on like certain presidents or certain like prime ministers and that sort of stuff. But you know, everybody has views on politics, and I don't think that my channel is the place that we should talk about it, because I get quite heated when it comes to people. So then it was like, show us how to do a simple dish. I visited your great country in March. That was one place I could live. It is beautiful. I do agree that we have a beautiful country, and I do know that I haven't shared enough of the country on here on my YouTube, so that is something that I'm quite I do want to kind of so I do want to share with you guys a little bit more of how of the country and places we go, because we don't visit enough places. We're not much of a tourist in our own country sort of people, and it is something that I want to do because we haven't visited so many places that people talk about, and it is something that I want to do. So yeah. Then the next one was, tell us about the town you live in if you're comfortable with it, the history, strange and interesting facts, thanks. I don't really like to pinpoint the town that I'm in. If you obviously live close to me, you probably know by little glimpses that you see where I live, the town that I live in. So I wouldn't be something that I want to share, unfortunately. And that's just because, you know, some people are a little bit crazy. Not you, Barbara. Not you. You're so nice. You always comment on all of my stuff, so thank you so much. Somebody else says, any wedding plans? So no, we don't have any wedding plans. We want to do a couple of different things. We always talk about getting married and whether we want a big thing, a small thing, that sort of stuff, but then that's all it does. It's just literally us talking for like 5-10 minutes about it, and then we don't go any further. You know, I do want to get married, and it will probably happen by a small thing in the next year or two. Myself and Robert are actually 15 years together in June. So yeah, like madness. Some people aren't even married for 15 years, but you know. And then, oh, one that I do think is a good one. It says, from Tracy, what do your family think of you doing YouTube? And they don't be in any of your videos. Is that their choice or yours? As a family want to vlog more about you, Karen? No hassle if you can't answer for their privacy. Just curious how families feel on the YouTube career paths. So this is really interesting, because when I first started YouTube back in 2013, it was about trying to conceive, and nobody knew that I did it, not even Robert. I didn't tell Robert that I was sharing this information about us, and it was mainly about me back then, about my struggles and stuff, and nobody knew. And then one day when we moved here into this apartment in April of 2014, that's when I obviously told Robert that, you know, I have a channel and I talk about like our journey to have a baby, and he was a-okay with it. And over the years, like, family have found it. Like, I know first it was Robert's family found our YouTube, and they never said anything. Every now and again they'd kind of give like little hints that they knew about it, but nobody ever came out and said anything to me about it, because obviously I hadn't brought it up. And if you know Irish families, that's mainly how they work. We don't say things to each other unless somebody brings it up. Then I just started talking about it. I saw like on their phones or their iPads that they had my channel and they were subscribed to my channel and that sort of stuff. So I just started talking about it to them, and that was fine. Then my own family found out about it. I've never actually told anybody that, hey, this is what I do. Like, I sit on YouTube and I talk to the camera, and I have 12,000 people subscribed to my channel and all that sort of stuff. And people find it in a number of different ways. Like, from my people find my Instagram, and then obviously they find my YouTube through that, and nobody has said anything to me about it, like any negative fashion. Now, you know, because I openly talk to my family and Robert's family about it, everybody has positive things to say. Whether they have other thoughts on it and they don't tell me, I don't know, but sure, that's just life. People could have all sorts of thoughts on you and you don't know. And you know, they're all encouraging. Like, if I'm, like, when we went to Paulson's Park, I said, you know, that we got gifted those tickets, and you know, they were happy about that. And then they do want me to grow and expand and all that sort of stuff, because they know that that's what I want. So the immediate families have been encouraging. Our like aunts and uncles and that sort of stuff, I do know that they know. Only my great aunt said it to me one time. I met her outside of Lidl, and she said, oh, I see that you're on YouTube. and that's great, you know. Like, she did kind of question why I did it, and I just shared that, you know, at the time when I started it, it was because I was going through a journey and nobody else was, and I noticed that other people on YouTube, on the internet, were going through the same thing. So I did it as like a way of communicating with people in a similar situation, and then it just continued on that I started just sharing my life. Now with the budget stuff, like, there is kind of thoughts about maybe you're oversharing your life, you're oversharing, like, you know, that's why I don't really share my income or the amount of savings that we have, bar my sinking funds and stuff. So savings outside of those sinking funds, and how much Robert's paycheck actually is, how much we physically get in each month. I don't share that information. And you know, that's my way of just kind of keeping it a little bit personal, but then I am sharing, like, I spend $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and I share every single place that it goes. So yeah, nobody has said anything negative. And as far as putting them on my video, when we went on holidays to Disney World, Robert's sister Michelle came, and you know, she saw me with the camera. Now, she never said like, don't put me on camera, but I never presented her with it either, as in I just had the camera and I was going around and I talked to the camera myself, or Robert would talk, or I'd show Ava, but I wouldn't show her. And that was just me personally choosing not to show her, not because I don't want her in it, but I think that she would be really uncomfortable with it. And it's the same when we went to Carlingford. You can kind of see like the backs of Robert's parents and his granny, but you never saw them really, their faces on camera, and that's because I don't think that they will be comfortable with it. But we've never had a conversation about whether they wanted to be on it or not. So it's just something that right now I'm not really comfortable in kind of talking about it with the people, as in like, do you want to be on my vlog, like, you know, because we're never really in situations where they have to be, because lots of it is done in my home, or when we, myself, Robert and Ava, go off somewhere and it's just the three of us. So yeah, like, so far none of my immediate family has said anything negative, except for maybe I'm oversharing a bit too much. But I like oversharing. And it's what I choose to do. So that's it, guys. I think I've blabbered on for enough, and this is probably really, really long. Thank you so much for listening to my cold-ridden voice. And I will be back tomorrow with another video. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I haven't recorded it yet, so yeah, I don't know. But I have done 7 days of videos so far, and it's been going good. Like, people have been it's been well received, and I thank you so much if you've watched them. There is a playlist if you have missed it, and there will be a whole load of playlists down in the description that I've shared about topics I've shared today. So if you're interested in watching more from me, please do go to the description, and you'll find some links there for something that might entice you to watch more of my videos. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, and if you are a new subscriber or an old subscriber, I would love if you hit the little bell button, because that will let you know every time I upload a new video. Comment below if you have any comments or questions, or you want me to clarify anything I spoke about today, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.